welcome to our second show. I'm Rod.
Carlos.
And we actually have a name for our show. We got some good response from the first one. It's going to be called Winging It, Cooking with Carlos and Rod. And today we're going to do a few cool things for you. I'm going to be showing you how to do one of my favorite simple recipes called cooler corn. And Carlos is going to do a couple more complicated things for us.
Well, no, it's not really complicated, but it's something that we come out, like you remember when we come back from Buffalo, we see all the crazy flavors going over there.
You mean in Buffalo when we won the trophy at the national contest?
That one.
That time, okay, yeah, okay.
So now this, I decided to make a little twist on it, and we're gonna do a Rustic Jalapeno peanut butter to put over some wings, and we taste it, and we're gonna show you how to do that. But besides that, when I do something that's really popular right now in Harvard, this is like the Seared Ahi Tuna,
right,
with sesame oil and sesame seeds.
It's gotta be against the law to look this damn good. Cause baby, I feel real good and I wish I would. It's gotta be against the law to look this damn good. Everybody watch out. Watch out now. I'm ready for a good time, and I came to groove. The whole band's here, and we came to move. Got a fresh haircut and 2 new shoes.
Hey guys, it's Liz from Hot Rod Cafe here. I miss you, and until things get back to normal and I can have you behind my bar, I'm going to show you how to make a drink called Let's Be Gin. So for today's drink, you're going to be using some watermelon puree, lime juice, a little bit of water, some fresh picked strawberries from the garden, some fresh, really green, nice, juicy limes, some ice, Empress Gin, and some strawberry watermelon soda water. All right, guys, so for today's drink, we're gonna take some fresh strawberries, a lime. We're gonna put a little bit of water so we get a little bit of some liquid consistency, a little bit of lime juice. We're going for that sweet and tart kind of flavor with this drink. A little bit of our watermelon puree. So once you have like the bottom of the glass kind of filled up, you are going to muddle it. Once you do this, guys, you are going to add ice to the top. We are going to put our strawberry watermelon soda water in it. And then the best part, our Empress Gin. So you're gonna top it off with as much or as little as you'd like. The more you put, the deeper the purple color. And then you're gonna take a pretty green lime for garnish and then put it on the side of your glass. And there you have it, Let's Be Gin.
All right, welcome back. We're gonna do a new segment that I like to call Quickies. We try to do a community cooking show where all different levels of cooks, whether you're just starting out or you've been cooking for years like Carlos has done. And so today we're gonna do one of my favorite things. It's called cooler corn. All you need for this recipe is a sanitized cooler, nice and clean. You need some corn and some hot water in 30 minutes time. Okay, you just stack the corn in. You can put in as much as you want. Just layer it in there nicely, because what you're gonna do is put boiling water over it right until it covers. Carlos is gonna carefully pour the water until it covers the corn. And then you just close the cooler and you wait 30 minutes. You're gonna have perfectly cooked corn after that. You drain the water off and just take it wherever you need it. All right, everybody, while we're letting the corn finish up, Carlos, what are we gonna do next?
We're gonna do the Sesame Ahituna. And it's a very requested dish that we do, like we've been doing it for a couple of summers now.
Yep.
And everybody like it. It's very simple to do it.
Especially Reed, one of a good friend of the restaurant. He loves it when we have this appetizer on.
So we started with a nice 8 ounces piece of fresh salmon. We're gonna pour
Tuna.
I'm thinking that's special. That is right. Tuna. And then we're gonna pour the sesame oil over. Make sure it's nice and coated.
So right now we have the pan getting hot already, but there's no oil in the pan because this oil is what's going to cook it, right? So this oil is for flavor and for a cooking medium.
Yes.
Correct? Okay.
Exactly. And so we got white and black sesame seeds.
Is there a difference between the two types of seeds? The flavor, or is it just looks?
It looks, but actually it helps a little bit with the crustiness. Like, you know, when you bite onto, it's gonna be a little crust on it.
Okay.
Actually, it tastes good. Make sure the pan is nice and hot.
Oh yeah, I can hear it.
I can hear that. But is seared. And it's good. I'm gonna put a little bit of oil on top, and we'll make sure it's nice and
I'll take that.
that. So now, while that is cooking, we're gonna do wasabi that goes with it.
The hot stuff.
The hot stuff. I mean, some people think it's really hot. I think it's mild to me. I mean,
Okay.
I don't eat it though.
All right.
Don't get me wrong.
I think it's hot.
So what
Yeah.
we're gonna do is, usually I follow the instructions of the box, but usually you go by the eye too. Usually it's 2 to 1, depends on the wasabi that you get. You got, in this
So
case, it's
2 wasabi, 1 water.
Yes,
So if you're making a barrel of it, it's 2 barrels of wasabi and 1 barrel of water.
very much. But I
Gotcha.
don't know who's gonna eat that much.
That's a lot of wasabi. Okay.
So we put in there.
Now, is this something that has to be refrigerated once you make it? Because I know the powder is shelf stable, but
Yes.
once you make it, it's a refrigerated item.
I mean, you should though have this more for at least more than 2 days. I don't think
Right.
it's
So you
worth
really
it.
just make what you're using.
I don't
right
know,
then and there.
It made me a little cry, the wasabi, but it is.
Carlos gets emotional.
I get emotional. So while we do this, you just make sure the mix is really good.
Okay.
You get a almost like a dough consistency. Let me see. So you see how the consistency is like a nice
Nice.
dough.
Yep, like a
And
ball.
then it look nice, so we gotta sit for a minute there. We're gonna check in our tuna. The tuna, you see, you don't want to overcook it too. I mean, some people like overcooking, some don't.
So you don't want it to cook all the way through too much, you're saying? So
Yes.
you're just searing it really, heating it through and searing the edges.
So like you see, it's already, I don't know if the camera I can show is, you can see a couple lines already going through there.
Right.
You can see on the middle, nice and pink.
Okay.
So that's when you need to just sear from this side.
Oh, you do the edges too? You do it all the way around? Okay.
Kind of sticky. There we go.
Looks like Texas.
Yeah.
So yeah, one of our good friends of the restaurant and good friends is named Reed, and this is one of his favorites. He likes it really, 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 really rare. And it's a nice looking appetizer too. Usually once we sell one of these, once it goes out, the server brings it to the table,
So
we
now
sell more.
the tuna is ready to slice. So look at that. You can see there's no ping around it. It's nice, coated. So what we're gonna do is put in there. It's one of the nicest knife I ever had in my hand. So
Your name's on it, right?
right there. So
I got
what
one
I
too.
do and I show my guys when we work with me, when you have a handled fish, what you have to do is cut it against the roots. So what you're gonna do is this, you go slowly and go through.
Like against the grain?
Yep,
Okay. You cut it on a bias sort of, or just straight cuts?
straight cut.
Okay. So this is a 6 ounce piece we usually go with.
8 ounces.
8 ounce, nice, half pounded. It's a nice size appetizer.
Yeah, and people love it. So for serving, we're gonna do a little bit of lettuce. And we're gonna take this salmon, just be careful, don't break apart.
This is the part I can never do, pick up the tuna.
Then you slice up,
Nice.
and you open up.
And then when you walk through the restaurant with this, everyone's like, oh, what is that?
You open like that. And like that, nice.
That looks awesome.
And then we have a little bit of sesame. And put it all over on top. Like that. Then we're gonna have our soya sauce. So usually when I serve in the restaurant, so for the soya sauce, what I do is I take some green scallions, chop it up a little fine that you can.
That's for flavor or more for looks?
Actually, flavor and looks. I found out the scallions add to flavor in anything. I can put scallions in nachos.
Yeah, when we do our lumpia.
Yeah, lumpia. Anything that you put scallions on is gonna have a different taste. I'm gonna do this. And this is the seared tuna.
Wow, that looks great, man. I didn't even eat tuna, but I feel like I should try that.
You should.
All right.
On camera.
I also have a fancy knife, not as fancy as Carlos's, but it's customized. Couldn't afford that one. So. The tuna came out great, and now our corn should be done. A lot of times when we do a big catering job, we'll be using the gigantic coolers that have the spout. You just open the spout and take the water out. But this is just for a small amount you might want to do for home. So we open up the cooler and the corn, you see the steam coming off. And what I'm gonna actually do for temperature today is I'm actually gonna pull all the corn out and then dump the water out. And then you can put it back in there for storage if you're not gonna use it right away. Like I said, it'll keep the corn nice and hot for 3 or 4 hours actually. We could use this, sometimes Carlos does a Mexican street corn with it. He does corn salsa. So there's all kinds of things you can do corn without dirtying up a big pot. And so now, just by having the hot water in there for the last 30 minutes, this cooler is nice and hot. So we can actually dump the hot water off, put the corn back in, take it wherever you're going. If you're going to the beach, if you're going to camping or whatever, it's just a great way to keep the corn. It'll be just as good in 3 hours as it's right now. We'll still have steam on it. So that's the quickie for this one. All right, welcome back. Carlos, tell us what we're making today.
Today we're gonna make rustic jalapeno peanut butter sauce.
Great job. Right tool, right job. So,
Peanut butter sauce. I was telling you, so we're gonna try it.
buffalo wings. Buffalo wings.
That was a really good experience.
That was a good feeling, yeah. So that's how we got the golden buffalo.
That was a really good experience.
That was a good feeling, yeah.